Ciao Italia, Max Cavalera here. You listen to Heavy Demons Radio in Italia. Porco Dio.
So, dear Max, Nailbomb hitting the stage for the first time ever in Italy. What shall the fans expect from your show at Rock Planet on next August 11th?
I mean, the album speaks for itself. It's timeless. That album never. It stood the test of time. You know, it sounds fresh today as it did 30 years ago. It's abrasive. It's hostile. It's aggressive. It's fast. It's punk and metal and industrial, and it's cool to revive that. And there's a whole new generation of fans that never got to see Nailbomb. You know, especially because they only play two shows in the '90s, and it's such a good record. You know, it's one of my favorite records of my whole career. It's Nailbomb. Point Blank is by far one of my favorite things I ever done. So we found a bunch of really cool underground musicians, and it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be really, really cool.
What do you recall about the days of the recording of Point Blank? A very different era than the one we are living today.
Very different era, but if you look at the topics, they all match what's going on right now.
Yeah.
You know, which is strange. I think like the album is almost like prophetic, a little bit, you know, visionary. But what I remember is, no internet. It was we were still buying records in the stores, you know. So it was cool, you know. I mean, this record was made in my house, most of it, 90% created at home, and I was doing Chaos AD at the same time, so it was like. Chaos AD was like very, responsibility needs to be commercially successful. Nailbomb was like, don't give a shit. We don't care if nobody likes it. We don't give a crap. We just want to do what we want. You know, just want to have fun with this punk metal project, and just kind of went for it with everything. Actually, it taught me a lot about studio recording ideas that sometimes the best idea is actually like the one that you just had it like that. If you keep working, you kill the idea. Nailbomb was all like on the spur of the moment. I learned a lot from making the Nailbomb record.
Yeah, and do you think there will be like any future plans as for any studio activity under the name Nailbomb?
At the moment, no. You know, we're not thinking about that. We're concentrated on the tour. We're very excited for the tour because it's even though it's a short tour, but it's a lot of cool festivals and a lot of really cool headline shows. I just see what happens. You know, I don't really plan that long, man. You know, I plan like a month, 2 months, and after that, I don't know what's gonna come. You know, I have so many, projects, but definitely one of my favorite albums, and I cannot wait to play this stuff live because like I say, it's hostile, and the show itself is hostile. Like I don't even think we say, we're not even like friendly. You know, we come in angry. You know, it's like brutal, completely brutal kind of attitude. But which is great. I think for this kind of music, it's like perfect.
Next fall, you will be playing Chaos AD in its entirety as Cavalera in the US. Do you think European fans will have the same chance in the future to see such a show?
Oh yeah, for sure. Next year, we're probably gonna continue touring a lot, and it's kind of funny that we're doing that. I worked on both of these records 30 years ago, and now I'm touring both of them 30 years later. In two different parts of the world, in America and Europe. We will continue touring, which is great, but we don't have any plans as for now. But they're both very special projects. I love both very much. Of course, Nailbomb was created special with all these underground musicians that we handpicked. And Cavalera is, we already established that people love what we've been doing with the re-recordings. We re-record Bestial Devastation, Morbid Vision, Schizophrenia, and Chaos AD is a big record. It's a big record, and the live show it's going to be also big. We are preparing some special things as well for the live show. It will come to Europe next year for sure.
What kind of emotions did you experience while re-recording the first 3 releases from Sepultura?
The most challenge was to capture the spirit, of those re-recordings of the original, because the original it's brutal, but it was badly recorded. There was like problem with shit studios and no experience. Now we had a good studio with experience, but you gotta have the mentality of the aggression. The aggression needs to be there. I'll even say, to me, Schizophrenia even sounds more aggressive than the original. The re-recording, I think it's a bit faster, and it sounds like we kept it dirty and aggressive, and I think that's what people like it. We didn't clean it up. We didn't try to be too fancy. You cannot be too fancy. You got to keep it dirty and mean and aggressive, and we did that. And I think that's why people. But memories, a lot of memories, because those records were so cool to be part of that. 40 years ago, done those songs and get to re-record them. And now people actually they get to hear the riffs, man, because the riffs were buried in the original. You couldn't really hear the riffs; it was buried in bad production. Now you can hear, like I was listening to Morbid Visions and War. You can hear all the riffs from War, which is a great song. I'm so happy that people get to hear that now, and I'm happy that they like the re-recording. A lot of people really like them,
Which are your best and worst memories of the early days of Sepultura and the scene back then? Very different from now.
Yeah, worst memory was no money. Having no money, shit equipment. You had to like. The very very early days we used to. We had one amplifier. We would plug 5 things in it, and it's about to fucking blow up. And then we did a lot of crazy shit, man. We would go to like pop shows, and they would throw me on a stage. I'll jump and grab the microphone and steal it from pop bands and do all all this kind of crazy. And the good memories is that it's like the fun of being part of something special. You're part of something very unique, and even though it was not big, not thousands and thousands of people that like it. It was only us and a group of people. We were part of something that we believe in, and it was cool to be this, outside society kind of band of barbarians. It was cool.
Outside the heavy metal scene, what do you think about the Tropicalia scene in Brazil? I do consider, for instance, Tom Zé a real genius the whole world should know.
Yeah, I like a lot of, the old school guys. I met some of them. Mm-hmm. To me, together with Tom Zé, there's really good stuff in the north, with the maracatu, that's there's a lot of like great percussion music and all the Olodum and all this stuff. It's really cool. It's a big country, many different aspects of music that you can explore. But I don't listen to it all the time. I also kind of like the 80s Brazilian music scene, especially the rock scene in the 80s was really cool because I think bands were kind of trying to be a bit like U2, but the Brazilian way of copying U2, created something really,
Yeah.
really cool and melodic, like Legião Urbana and Plebe Rude and Paralamas do Sucesso. Those bands were cool. I like to listen to the 80s rock scene.
Which are your fondest personal memories related to Italy?
Well, many great shows, of course, like so many great shows. We play. I remember playing Venice the first time with Soulfly. It was amazing. Um, many festivals. I think it was like really cool. It was just a year ago, I think. It was 2 years ago. We play a festival with. Um, it was like it was outside. I can't remember the name of the city, but promoter was Max. Mad Max with the mohawk. And he brings all those bands all the time. And I'm part Italian myself. From my dad, from being a Cavalera. So I always like coming to Italy and play. It's always great. I get to speak a little bit Italian, and the shows are always really good. Really good crowd. Good food, good pasta. And I think overall, my experience with Italy has been even as a kid, because I was baptized in the Vatican, as a little kid when I was 9 years old. My father took me to the Vatican. He was a ambassador of Italy in Brazil, and he has some connections, man. And he found a way to get me baptized inside the Vatican, which is pretty fucking crazy, that happened in my life as an 8-year-old without before heavy metal. I was already getting connected with all these crazy things. So I have a big history with Italia, and of course I love the culture.
It's a connection with Brazil as well.
Yeah, I was at the final. I was at the final in the U.S. When Brazil beat Italy. It's it was a bad penalty. You guys kicked bad penalty, and we win in penalties. But
Yeah.
it's good. It's good. I love football. I love culture. I love the culture in Europe, especially the football culture in Europe is amazing, man. It's so cool here.
Which final message, greeting to your Italian fans, and an invitation to join you at Rock Planet on August 11th would you send?
Yeah, man. All the Italian fans want to watch some crazy shit. Nail Bomb is for you. Come party with us, man. Come hear some of the heaviest stuff I ever done. Aggressive, brutal, industrial punk metal. August 11, man. Everybody's invited. The whole Italia, the whole country is invited. Let's go.